Hi everyone, this is Mark. Welcome to my channel. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different along the way of vinyl. I figured I would rank the original 10 RCA Camden label records. So as many of you know, Camden was a budget label that originally started in 1969. The first one being Flaming Star. Now, Flaming Star had been released in 1968 as a promotion by Singer Sewing Machines, and they released an album, and it was on, I believe it was on RCA Victor, which I have it here, we'll look at in a second. And it was kind of unique in that it wasn't a blue label, because by 1968, RCA had switched from the black RCA Victor lettering and Nipper the dog to like a futuristic RCA, like a block logo, I call it. And it had RCA on the side and Victor on the right. And they were orange when they first debuted in 1968 into the early 70s. You had the flexi disc because they were on rigid vinyl. Then they went to flexi discs, which I call them frisbees, real wobbly. And then even later they had a tan label. But this one in 1968 had more of like a mustard yellow color. So it's really, really unique and one of a kind. And I'll show you that here in a second. But 1969 was the first one. So RCA Camden was a budget label. There's a lot of just throw-ins of songs. Now, a lot of these albums did not, in my opinion, get the love that they deserved. Me personally, I grew up on some of these records. They were the first records I owned. And I really enjoyed them. For the most part, every single release, and we'll talk about it in the ranking. We'll go from number 10 all the way down to number 1, which is my favorite. And again, this is my personal preference. You can let me know in the comment what you think, if you agree with most of my decisions, don't agree at all, or you agree wholeheartedly. So having said that, let's get started. So this one isn't even a question. Even as a kid, I did not care for this record. I did have it in my collection, but it just was not one that I really liked that much. I love the picture itself, but even the cover's a little, but we're gonna start with number 10. Elvis sings Hits from His Movies, Volume 1. Now, this is a Canadian pressing. As you can see, it does say RCA Camden, and then that says Star Series, but the copyright on the back does say Canada. So when I opened it, I was kind of surprised in that it came in a white sleeve, and it was actually a Pickwick. And this was common. They still had pressed, I guess, so many of the covers. I guess they had leftovers. Pickwick took over from RCA, I believe, in 1975. And then when Elvis passed, his record sales skyrocketed, obviously. So RCA brought the rates back, and then they repressed them and things like that. So, but coming in at number 10, this one isn't even a question. There's a couple really good songs on it, but Down by the Riverside, When the Saints Go Marching In, they remind me too much of you. Okay song, some people like it. It's not a fan favorite of mine. Confidence, brutal. Frankie and Johnny, pretty good song. Guitar Man is a great song. Long-Legged Girl with the Short Dress On, which was also on Almost in Love, so it was a kind of a throw-in. You Don't Know Me, never cared for that song. How Would You Like to Be? Big Boss Man, which is a good song, which is the only thing that saves this record, that and Guitar Man and Frankie and Johnny. And then it wraps it up with the classic Old MacDonald. Just brutal. And they advertise it as +2 bonus songs, which is Guitar Man and Big Boss Man. Yeah, even as a kid, this was just not one that I really put on the turntable much. That comes in number 10. This next one, I like the selection of songs, but when it's compared to the other albums that the Camden label released, this is why I listed it at 9. Like I said, it does have a really nice collection of songs. I always really liked the cover as well. It was taken in, I believe, November of 1970 at the LA Forum. So that's probably gives it away for you. But it is Elvis, and there's no name on the cover, no RCA logo, but it is You'll Never Walk Alone. It was then on the Dynaflex, I believe. Yeah, so there was no sleeve. They were known for, I mean, they were a really budget label. They didn't even put a paper sleeve in it. So this is exactly how I got it. So of course you have the, you know, the little paper, little pieces of white paper on it. Yeah, these need another good cleaning, but there it is. And as you can see, that's why I call it the Frisbee. Here's side 2. It actually says in mono, but I got this brand new. But like I said, it's got some great songs. You'll Never Walk Alone. There'll Be Peace in the Valley for Me. We Call on Him, I Believe. It's got some of the older stuff from the Christmas album from 1957. It Is No Secret What God Can Do, Take My Hand, Precious Lord. So yeah, just good stuff. So 9 songs. And of course, it's a couple of them that actually are in stereo. Little asterisk that says they're in stereo. So that's number 9. And again, some of my choices may be a bit off from yours. And you may not agree with it, but again, that's why we all have our likes and dislikes. And like I said, I welcome any comment, but these are my personal order of favorites. This next album, a lot of people love this album, and I do like it, but I had to put it at number 8. This is just my personal preference. Another one, as a kid, you know, it got some good stuff on it, but this is where I have number 8. It's Let's Be Friends. Always loved this cover. I love the yellow background. This is from 1969, around the time he made Suspicious Minds. And there's the vinyl. And there's some really, I think some good songs on here, but we'll actually take out the vinyl and look at it. And this one actually did, as you can see, it came with a paper sleeve. So like I said, it was kind of like rolling dice. You either got a paper sleeve or you didn't. So Stay Away Joe, good song. Let's Be Friends, I like. Let's Forget About the Stars, Mama. I'll Be There If You Ever Want Me. Almost. Change of Habit. I have always loved this song, Change of Habit. It's got such a good message. I just always liked it. And it ends with Have a Happy, which is a really cool, upbeat song. So, yeah, so that one came in at number 8. Number 8 for me. All right, so there's that one. This next one, more of a sentimental favorite. It was released years earlier. You're probably going to guess what it is by me saying that. Again, I love these covers. I love pop-ups. I love the covers on the majority of these. But number 7, Elvis's Christmas album. Love this cover from Speedway. Wearing one of the jackets. He has the red jacket that he wore on this too. I liked how Camden kept the original like formatting of this, reminiscent of the after it changed over from the original 1957 album, I think from 59 through like 68. It had him with the blue collar, with the snowy background and the house in the background, but it kept the same kind of font, the same colors, except they added Mama Like the Roses. But I mean, starts out Blue Christmas, a great way to start out the album. Silent Night, White Christmas, Santa Claus is Back in Town. Probably my all-time favorite Christmas song, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Side 2, if everything was like Christmas, Here Comes Santa Claus, A Little Town of Bethlehem. Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me, awesome song. And then Mama Like the Roses, which I was never a huge fan of that song. It was always sad to me. There's the back. And of course, I believe this one also did not come. As you can see, it's the blue label. I won't take it out. You know what it looks like. This next one, again, a kid favorite of mine. I had this as a kid, loved it as a kid. So coming in at number 6. Yeah, I think we're at number 6. Yep. Again, a sentimental favorite, Separate Ways. So I picked up this album. What was really cool about this, as you can see, there's like a little bit of like color wear under the plastic. This I never opened. I don't know why, but this one comes with the bonus postcard. I think it says, "Happy birthday to you in 1973. Sincerely, Elvis." Elvis wearing the red jumpsuit from the April 1972 tour. But I always like the songs on here, with the exception of one song. But you know, you have Separate Ways and on side 1, Always on My Mind, which that song, of course, those 2 songs were meant to be, along with Burning Love and Always in My Mind, the March 1972 recording sessions. That was meant to be on an album called Standing Room Only, which Never came to fruition. RCA scrapped the idea because they already had a couple albums. They had He Touched Me, they had, I want to say Now, and then they released in June of '72 the epic Elvis is recorded at Madison Square Garden. So RCA, Colonel Parker felt there was too much product out there. Go figure, yeah. But just some really cool stuff on this. I slipped, I stumbled, I fell. I always love that. Sentimental Me, always loved that. Probably one of the saddest songs I ever heard is Old Shep. It closes with Old Shep, but yeah, coming in number 6, there's that. And then I do want to show this. This is the UK version. So same cover, they just used a different highway scene. This is more on a lonely road out in the middle of East Uvip, and this is a major interstate. Of course, the back cover is just does have the blue label, just a solid white color with the song title. So, and the covers of these were very flimsy. I had a couple of them that I've taken out of storage, brand new, and it's like the glue, because of the age, just completely ripped off. So they're not really well constructed. That's my only complaint, but they sound great. This next one, again, all of these are like really sentimental favorites. This one and the next one, number 5 and number 4 on this list, could almost be interchangeable. But again, I love this cover. I Got Lucky. Great cover, action pose with Elvis singing. Always liked the little 4-leaf clover in the O. Got the back. But, you know, it's just got some really upbeat songs. I Got Lucky, What a Wonderful Life, great song. Riding the Rainbow, The Love Machine. If You Think I Don't Need You. Yoga is as yoga does. Me and my grandmother, we would play this and she would actually sing that song. And I had her on tape years ago. I wish I still had the tape. She's been gone for 40 years, but I was close to her and she would sing that and we'd kind of joke around. But so this is the bonus part of the video. So this one I never opened. This is also a Canadian pressing. So like the last one, it does say RCA Camden, and it does say Star Series. So based on the Elvis Sings Hits from His Movies, Volume 1, I am betting that this is probably a Pickwick. It'd be nice if it was a blue label, but let open, as you can see, it is sealed. So I thought I'd do this as a bonus part of this video. So let's open it real quick and see what it opens pretty, come on, there we go. So this has got some age to it. Looks like the same sleeve, so I am betting it is the Pickwick, and it is. I'm not a fan of the Pickwick. I'll tell you that straight up. To me, even as a young kid, I remember having, you know, the original blue label Camdens, and then the Pickwicks. The Pickwicks just sounded a little dull to me, and I've heard other people say the same thing. And then I heard read somewhere, maybe somewhere on social media, where they said they think the Pickwicks sound great. So I mean, it's you discern your own way. Like I said, I personally, I kind of have my qualms with it. So that's number 5. So we're down to, this is number 4. Like I said, that one and this one are close. This next one is no doubt a slam dunk sentimental favorite. This was the very first Elvis album I ever owned. I got it shortly after it was released. My mom and my grandmother went away for a weekend on a trip. And my mom was always great about coming back and having little gifts for me and my siblings. And I was in the vinyl. Vinyl was huge back in when I got this 1973. This had come out, I believe, the previous October 1972. So it was over the Memorial Day weekend. I can't believe I remember that, but it was Memorial Day weekend. And my mom and my grandmother came home after that weekend, and she gave me this album. Now, this is not the exact album that I received. I have no idea where that is. I'd love to get a copy of it. It was played so much, it probably sounds like a popcorn machine if you were to play it. But this one I was able to get a mint copy with the bonus photo, and that is Burning Love. And there is the photo, really cool shot of Elvis in 1971. But yeah, there's the blue label. And I'll be honest with you, I love the songs. It's got songs from Blue Hawaii, it's got songs from Girls, 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 Fun in Acapulco, of course, Burning Love, which was a single that previous fall, with side 2 being Always on My Mind. And I do also have the Japanese pressing. I believe this is an original from 1972, mint. There's the Obi. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is a first pressing. But I always love this shot. Love this shot. Looks like the Madison, not the Madison Square Garden show, but the jumpsuit that he wore in June for the June evening show, and then the Sunday June 11 show. But just always love that photo. I believe, let me see what the back looks like. Actually, no, there's the back. So there's the Madison Square Garden concert. So I'm pretty sure this is a 1972 pressing, just based on that advertisement for the Madison Square Garden show and then the blue Camden label. So like I said, you can comment. But so I have that one. And then one of the first videos of I think it was the second video I did a seal to reveal. I had been wanting, before I even got that one, I did not own, I wanted to get back an original blue label of this album. And as you can see, RCA Camden, because later pressings did have the Pickwick logo. They took this off, and I think the Pickwick logo was on this side. So, it's got the same back, advertises the Aloha special coming that next year in early 1973. So I'd gotten a couple of them on eBay, opened them. They were Pickwick. I believe this was a Pickwick black label, yes. And I was disappointed. And I'm like, okay. And I bought 2 of them, and both of them were Pickwick. And like I said, I'm just not a fan of the Pickwick. So I finally, on the third try, the third time was the charm, and I did a video on this as one of my very first videos a year and a half ago. I finally got it stored away. I finally got the blue label, and I was simple things in life that make you happy. So there you go at number 4. Look at that. Just a great, great cover. A little deceptive though. Take that RCA Victor off. All right. Again, this is one from my childhood. Now, how I got this album, and I think I explained this in a previous video, not long after Elvis passed away, magazine shops were just absolutely bombarded with magazines. Oop, sorry, my little notification popped up for my low battery. There were tons of magazines that had come out, in remembrance of Elvis, talking about, his career and everything. So one of the magazines I thumbed through, there was an advertisement where you could get a free, and it was under Pickwick at that time, you can get a free Elvis album from the Camden, from this collection that I'm showing you, that I'm ranking. And all you had to do was send in, $1.99 shipping, and with the coupon. And I remember my mom, I cut it out, my mom, wrote a check, sent it in the mail. And as a kid, these things take forever. I think they said it was like 4 to 6, 6 to 8 weeks for you to get it. It might have been like 8 to 10 weeks. It seemed like an eternity, but I remember I finally got my copy and I played the crap out of it. But this one for me is number 3. I love this record. Now this is an original singer. This is a mint copy. This is the Elvis, or Singer Presents Elvis singing Flaming Star and Others. Love this color. This is from Stay Away Joe. It got the sideburns just starting to kind of get longer, right around the 68 special time. There is the bonus photo. And I'll show you the, as I mentioned, I will show you the vinyl. I think it's on rigid vinyl. So this is right before they went to the flexible vinyl. But as you can see, there's the Sincerely Elvis from the 68 special. And then there's like a little thing with the catalog. So very cool there. There's the back. I mean, this one is just a beautiful, beautiful unplayed copy. Even the inside sleeve, which I thought was cool, has the has this in it. Hold on. Come on. Here's Elvis's great catalog and RCA Records. Little bit of, and it came like this, and this was common with these flimsy paper, so it was just starting to break through. But yeah, this is definitely rigid vinyl. But you can see how it's like a mustard yellow, and this, you know, doesn't really have a whole lot of give, but it does have the RCA Victor logo. And like I said, this was a promotion where you would go to the Singer stores, as they were pretty numerous then, and you could buy it right at the counter. Now the photo, from what I understand, was not included inside the album, like a lot of the soundtrack albums were in the 60s. They were at the counter when you bought the album, then they gave you the photo with your purchase. So yeah, I got this one, probably been in my collection 2, maybe 3 years. I'll put that away just in a second, but yeah, I was really happy to add that. And then I do also have the original, this is the blue label. This is the one that was released. This is the first one in the series that was released. Just some great upbeat songs. Flaming Star, great song. Wonderful World is one of my all-time favorite songs by Elvis. Nightlife, All I Need Was a Rain, Too Much Monkey Business, Yellow Rose of Texas, She's a Machine, Do the Vega, Tiger Man. Just great song selection. Great songs on this album. If you don't have this, you can get these, even the originals. You don't have to even settle for the Pickwick. You look on eBay, Discogs, you can get this if it's in good condition at a pretty reasonable price. So if you don't have it, get it. So number 2, I love this album. Again, I love these covers. Almost in Love. Great shot of Elvis in, I believe, February 1970 at his engagement at the International in Vegas. Almost in Love. So a lot of these are from Live a Little, Love a Little. So you have Almost in Love, Long-Legged Girl, Edge of Reality, My Little Friend, A Little Less Conversation, Rubberneckin', Clean Up Your Own Backyard, U.S. Mail, Charo, and Stay Away Joe. I won't get into this, but you've probably heard the story about the Stay Away Joe on the original pressing, but just a great cover. And a lot of people like this cover just as much, if not better. Here's the UK version of Almost in Love. Cool shot from the 68 special, and it's on green vinyl. Very nice. So you can probably guess what number 1 is. Love this album, love the cover. Coming in at number 1, Come On Everybody. We all know that shot from the Elvis at the International. That's the way it is. I just love this album. Come On Everybody, A Whistling Tune, Angel, Follow That Dream, I'm Not the Marrying Kind. I love that song. I don't know what it is about that song. I love it. But yeah, A Whistling Tune, love that song. It's just an upbeat, fun album. So yeah, this one had to be number 1 for me. King of the Whole Wide World, and it does say mono on it. And these with the Camden, it's CAL, if you can see that, CAL 2518, I believe. In fact, I'm 99.9% sure that when I bought this brand new, it was sealed, got it for a really nice price. These are starting to go up in price too. Again, no, no sleeve. It's on and it says mono, as you can see, side 1 mono. So there you have it. Number 1, Come On Everybody. So want to thank you for watching. And like I said, leave a comment. Tell me what you think, what your favorites are. If you agree, if you think I'm out of my mind, whatever, I welcome it all. I enjoy reading your comments. Thank you for those who have subscribed. If you do like my videos and want to keep getting notification when they pop up, please consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, have a great night. Bye.